Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Wrath of the Necromancer, and the rise of the Supreme Lord of the Dead. We return to Eternal Harvest 5, the greatest difficulty the video game has to offer, with our team, the Horned One, Azrael, La Parca, and Heimdall. Of course, as always, the creation list TM hungers for more names, so do feel free to leave any name suggestions that you can think of down below, and I will add them to the list and use them when appropriate. Last time, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I guess first thing I'll say is, sorry this is a little late. I was supposed to go up a few hours ago, but I did that whole sleeping thing, and then I did a little bit more of that whole sleeping thing, and you know, time just got away from me, I guess. What is time to someone who has mastered death? But last time I mentioned a bit of a cheese that players on the Discord were talking about, which was to take the obelisk in the graveyard, which increases the amount of digger souls you get after combat, except for quest battles, and to max this to level 4 to have maximum digger soul generation, and then ignore the graveyard entirely, and spend the rest of your digger souls upgrading the parts to your minions. Now, that's a little sus. That's what the cool kids say, right? Just a little sus, and a few people pointed that out. Solus, Scott, and Kirovets amongst them, mostly because of the library. The library, for each level, for each minion studying ancient books, it gives Iratus plus 20 experience, and plus 8% of the experience from the current level applies after a victory. This can help propel Iratus' level very high, and Solus was guesstimating that by the end of the game, if you ignore the library, that's 20 to 30 levels that Iratus will not reach. Like if you ignore the library for a floor to a floor and a half, which is how long it would take probably to get all of the digger souls to get to all purples for one team. And I don't know about you, but I like having levels in Iratus. So we're not going to go all the way in on the obelisk, but we will deviate from our plan a little bit. We'll max out the obelisk, we'll max out the library, and then we'll begin spending our digger souls on upgrading the parts of our creations, our ever-trusty creations. Scott also pointed out how good the Abode of Wrath is for each minion here. You get plus 10 Wrath at the beginning of combat, and we had a build, some late game builds actually rely on this existing. So I agree, this is a very good building, but I think we can kind of get away with ignoring it for a bit? Maybe, we'll find out. So we've never done that before, that's the plan, the science for the series. We still have no artifacts, unfortunately. And we're gonna move on. That was that. Alright, hopefully La Parca... Oh, there was one more thing. We found a rare weapon. And I've been sitting here thinking about what we should do with this. Should we just leave this for the future? And I kind of wanted to give it to La Parca, because the Reaper really benefits from stats. You can see the Reaper can level just about everything, and it all scales relatively well, all things considered. Except for this evasion here. But La Parca has been in danger of dying the most, which, to be fair, is a thing Reapers do. They have a tendency to fall over. So we'll be giving it to Heimdall instead. Congratulations, Heimdall. Now, we've been using, another thing Solus pointed out, we've been using the Mark of Retribution, which we upgraded into the Mark of Vengeance, for the first time in ever. Really. This is the first time I've really ever made use of it. And I was pondering, with the Halo of Chaos, if we get the plus 30% damage benefit, how does this work with this? And Solus informed me, thank you Solus, that it is snapshotted. So for example, if we have plus 30% damage, and we apply the Mark of Vengeance that turn, that plus 30% damage will carry over to the next turn even after we lose that buff. So it takes a snapshot of the bonus damage we have the turn we apply the Mark. I hope I explained that well enough. So, if we increase our attack, see where this is going? Let's just roll this into victory, shall we? I also put 1 point in vigor because I'm scared. Heimdall now has a rare weapon and a Halo of Chaos. Let's not throw him away just yet. We could also give him a Misery Cord, but the Misery Cord actually won't buff the damage of the Mark of Vengeance. It will just... Where is it? The Misery Cord just increases physical damage, though. So it will improve the damage of his slap, which is kind of his endgame goal that we're working towards, to scale that into the high heavens. But it will not increase the damage of the Mark. But the Demonic Essence will increase the damage of both, even though it is only 5%. So, things to consider, things to consider. Anyway, let's move forward. Let us move on and continue clearing the floor, because we have a lot, to do. Are these hunkies? They are hunkies, okay. I'm only mildly concerned. Because of that. My mild concern... I should have checked my buff. Oh, look, it's the damage dealt. Nice. My concern with the hunkies, as always, is that they have a tendency to... Wow. Move people. Look at that damage. I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at Azrael. Well, I think we made the correct decision giving Heimdall that weapon. I'm quite proud of that decision. Good job, Heimdall. 48 damage. Oh, you love to see it. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's wonder to behold. Okay, unless we roll really poorly, this miner is dead. I think I'm going to protect Azrael once again, so she can't be stunned out of her... Stunned and or moved out of her thing. Here, have a mark.
Maybe I'll craft this one into furniture.
It's beautiful when a plan comes together. Alright, now what? We set up the death. Death has been set up. I was kind of hoping that he would hit the horned one. So I could kill you. Oh, you're dead anyway. Here, have a mark. Mark for everybody. I could reapply the block to Azrael. We'll be switching that, or upgrading that very soon. Going from +2 block to 1 block, 1 ward, which isn't that big of a deal now. In fact, for right meow, the +2 block is even better. But we'll be reaching a moment where that is not the case. What do you think the chances are that the horned one can actually hit this attack? Let's find out. Nah, good job. Good job.
Mine is the winning.
I think I can count on one hand the amount of times that Karnania got a killing blow in the last series. So it's not very common for bone golems to get kills in the way that I use them, because their accuracy sucks. I could give him a point. I could do that. That's something I could do, but it's not something I'm going to do. Guard, double hunky, and overseer. How riveting. We used the fountain to recover our vigor for good old La Parca, because I am afraid of him dying. I fear for his safety. That's why we're going back to the cocoon. We have no blocks or wards to dispel for once, actually. What's our buff looking like? Damage dealt. Yes! I guess let's protect this. Make sure the hunkies can't interrupt it. By the way, snapshotting was a thing in the World of Warcraft. I talk about that every so often. And I still play too much of that game. But, it was a thing where basically you would pop all of these different cooldowns, and then you would snapshot your damage over time on a single target. And depending on what class you were, I play Priest. Shadow Priests have a lot of dots. And you would just have these 20 seconds of this person's health chunking down, just like disappearing, evaporating out of existence. And it was a thing of beauty. So this is bringing back memories. Good memories. I guess I should try and I'll try and kill you.
Being
Oh, thanks.
born was your first mistake. Opposing me? Your last.
I do need another mark on you. I would like to give block to Heimdall, but I don't think Heimdall's in danger. I think Heimdall's fine. By the way, snapshotting isn't a thing anymore in the World of Warcraft. Dots now fluctuate based on your current status. Which, I mean, it simplifies it, right? But still, I enjoyed snapshotting. I don't think the average player enjoyed snapshotting, though, which is obviously why they would change it. Don't like you.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
That is so much fun. Hey, will this override my previous mark? Let's find out. I don't think so. That's good to know. Boy. No fleeing allowed. We'll delay. Because we'll debuff him. I guess debuff his luck. Okay. Bring it home, Heimdall. Yes. And we don't even have moaning chains yet.
My will is
Just beautiful.
that
The
will
glass
wash
dagger.
away your pathetic civilization.
Oh. An interesting first artifact indeed. So the glass dagger, all minions gain 15 accuracy and 15% damage until battle ends. However, this effect is removed when a minion takes damage. This is actually a fascinating item, because it synergizes quite well with using the Bone Golem as your tank, because of course the Bone Golem is applying blocks and wards, which prevent your minions from taking damage. Also incredibly useful with the Wraith, if you like the Wraith build.
Finally, this item finds its way into my capable hand.
Who is incredibly strong right now. I think the Wraith is probably the strongest in-game character at the moment. Now, I do want to get, like, Amethyr Surgeon and rush... Well, I want to rush towards Grey Matter. That's what I really want. But I'm going to pick up Arcana Antediluvium because we're going to be ignoring the statue, which restores 6 mana after combat for each minion inside of it. Arcana Antediluvium will restore 5 mana after each fight, so we can ignore the statue for longer without having too much penalty.
My magic will shake the very foundations of this world.
And for now, we aren't using too much magic, like the move left and right is the only magic we really will be utilizing for some time. Once we start, getting to the point where we're throwing out dispels or fates, we'll need to find more methods of mana regeneration, but that can come either from artifacts or from calcination, or any number of things. So is this triple conscript? We also got a consumable artifact, the Creepy Doll, I think it's called. Or is that the Dark Souls item? Whatever. The point is we got a doll. And... pretty sure Lepoticus is interrupting this. The Creepy Doll. Am I healing or... They can't interrupt stances. So I'm just going to protect Heimdall, and then we're going to go ahead and heal up for the rest of the turn. Probably. The Creepy Doll forces all characters at the start of combat, or all enemies at the start of combat, to undergo a sanity check. And good always wins, or Eternal Harvest. You might get tired of hearing me say this. That... Oh, I guess I can just set you on fire, huh? I went into this stance. That does mean they can become inspired. So unless you have the Shackles of War, I would not recommend using it right away. But, we can do that. This thing we can do. Lol. Why are you hitting yourself? Aw, you weren't hitting me. You're hitting me, though. Option 1. Interrupt stance. Option 2. Cocoon. Let's just play defensively. Oh, by the way, I've been using Lepotica to interrupt stances because his thing can't miss. but you can interrupt enemy stances by moving them. So, for example, Azrael can interrupt this stance by pulling them forward with the Fatal Bondage. Which I might do now. No. I should just continue my defense. You gotta finish what you started. Accuracy and evasion. We could kill this. It actually probably will die on its own. Alright. We'll continue being defensive. Feels so weird. B-E, defensive.
Good. More materials. Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
I can kill them, right? Double heal?
Strength through pain.
Double heal all across the sky. Nice. Full health, everybody.
As
Good job, my minions.
ends, your service
And as 53 Digger Souls, we can now upgrade the Obelisk to level 2. Let's take a Banshee and sacrifice her, shall we? How many Banshees have I sacrificed to the Void? In effort of my great dream. I have a dream that one day she can stand on the front line and not instantly die. So just real quick, I don't want to get too tangent-y here, but the Banshee has a build. She is by default like a stress support debuff character, and she works very well in that mechanism, but she has a build that I like to call the Murder Banshee, which is you use her Wrath ability, Howl, preferably upgraded into Shattering Howl, and her attack scales deceptively high. This is a total of plus 36 attack. It gets up there. And her Wrath ability is a guaranteed stun on the first 2 targets. So you can see where this is going. You max her attack, you put her in the front line, and you just chain stun the first 2 characters and go about your day murdering them all. It is a lot of fun, but the Banshee is incredibly frail, and all of her survivability comes from evasion, and her unique item that makes it so that she heals for 20% of her health each time she evades an attack. So towards enemies that have a lot of accuracy, or that reduce evasion, or just being unlucky, the Banshee can fall over to a stiff breeze, and I'm afraid many of them have.
Unholy masonry.
Poor Banshees. Poor Banshees. What am I doing? Ah, health, of course. I don't know why I was confused. Azrael is probably going to get more accuracy. And then we'll be done for a while, because the second floor is not that evasive, right? Oh, the Trader is evasive. We won't be seeing him for a while anyway. Leparga. Leparga. Attack? Is it time for attack? Time for attack. And Heimdall. I guess you're okay for now. We'll be upgrading attack soon. Okay. Really? Another triple conscript? Okay. Alright. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm ready to slay. Ow. It's quite rude. And see, that's why I cocoon. Because they always go after the Reaper. I don't know why. The Reaper just has a giant target on his back. And his face. Did I have the attack? No, okay. By the way, this buff is not horribly pertinent to the Blood Phantasm, who is terrible. Absolutely atrocious at evading anything. But, I digress. Any buff is pretty nifty. Lol. That's hilarious. Oh, I love this build. Why didn't I do this before? Well, I guess there's 2 reasons. The one reason, and probably the easiest to explain, is that this mark has actually been changed over time. It used to be a taunt, so it would make it so that enemies were more likely to attack the target that you marked. Which, if you've been following for a while, or any Iratus for some time, you'll know that taunts in this game are incredibly risky. They are the double-edged sword of all double-edged swords, because sometimes you don't want people to attack your minion. You know, you get crit for 80 for no reason. You don't want the next attack to come in and kill you. So I've always found it super sketch.
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like?
One of my favorite taunt builds, though, before they... The only real way now to get taunt is the Jester's Visage, which is an item. And my favorite way to utilize it...
Become part of the breathless tide.
...is... Can I... There should be enough healing, right? My favorite way to make use of the Jester's Visage is to put it on a shade that has max evasion and max attack. Because when the shade evades an attack, it will then counterattack for magic. Magic damage based on its own attack. And so obviously, you invite a bunch of danger to the shade, then the shade evades, and then it laughs as it smacks something in the face. And its unique item causes it to heal, restore health, and wrath based on the damage it deals. So it has quite a lot of utility. Also, this could be dangerous. Do I want to roll the creepy doll? If I get 2 inspirations, though, I'm super screwed. Like, not even a little bit screwed, just uber screwed. What to do? We have 1 talent point. Can I use this on anything that helps me at all? Whip doesn't help me much. Initiative doesn't help much. Not really. Alright. We're pretty much saving our talent points now for Gray Matter. Like I said, we kind of want to rush there, but here we go. So we are fighting an Overseer. Ooh, that was good. Hold on. Wait, no, don't do that. Okay, in this circumstance, Whip would have been very useful. So before we get too far into this, we're fighting a Miner. We've seen this before. Elite Guard, seen it before. Taskmaster, seen it before. None of this is alarming. This is the Mad Mage, the first new minion. And it was good when he was moved forward. But he moved himself backward, which is super annoying. Oh, they have Whip as well. Interesting. The Mad Mage is the reason on the first floor that you want Bone Ward. Well, that in the Doomsday, right? From the Bone Golem upgrade. Can I at all do anything? I don't think so. The only way I can move Azrael into this position is if I can get enough Wrath. Oh, I can reap power. This is real sketch, though. Because it means I'm not doing anything. Let's reap power. Anyway, the Mad Mage is a mage, as you would expect. So having wards is very helpful. He's entered a stance where he moves now. I think Azrael just has to take the hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark her. This is a big brain play. I can do it, though. I can do the big brain. I have the big brain. So as long as he doesn't use Firestorm, we're okay, or whatever the hell it's called. Get stabbed. Lel. And heal. Good luck. Saw that block coming. Good. Is this the storm? No. Good. He didn't move me. Okay. This is fine. We're still fine. We are still okay. The Miner is almost dead. The Mad Mage is a threat. I have no stance to interrupt. There's no point getting spell power. I don't know if I can do enough damage to the Miner to kill him. He's dead if he touches Azrael, which I think he's want to do. Okay. The Miner is not going, though. We'll set the guard on fire. Azrael needs the protection. I also think I need to make that thing for Azrael. I don't remember what it's called. I could slap the guard and try and kill him, or get him in kill range. I could ult. I won't actually move, which is hilarious. Although I think I need to save the ult. How much damage does this do? If the bombardment is coming, I need to transfuse. Even though I'm not going to heal for a whole lot, which is kind of unfortunate. Greed? Greed. If the storm is coming, then marking... Okay. Did he only take damage from one of them?
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
I can pull... There's no point in pulling the Mad Mage. He's now in range for all my attacks. I can slap and then execute the Mad Mage. I think we did it. I think we managed. Yes! Oh, he didn't use the Storm. That's so good. So the Storm, I know I talked about it a lot, it didn't happen, it's basically the Lich's Armageddon, where he calls down fire from wherever, and he hits everyone on the field but himself. So he hits his friends and he hits us. And it is magic damage, and it's a lot of magic damage. It's not a little bit, it's a lot. So I'm very glad that didn't happen. And that's a big reason why you really want Bone Ward on the Bone Golem. We, of course, upgraded the heal first, so... You should die to the Agony now. Oh, congratulations, team, our first real challenge.
Mop up the gore.
Well done.
I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
Well done. And we came out of it at almost full health. Time for Relic Seeker.
The formulae reveal their secrets.
It's time for some more artifacts short of this. Ooh, and Steel for Iratus. Remember, because we... 34 attempts, which Scott told me is actually really unlucky. I hope that doesn't set the tone for this series. But we rolled 34 times for this map in particular so that we could zigzag all the way across and then zigzag all the way across here so that we can get as much as possible to get a strong foundation to lead us to victory. As always, I give experience to Iratus basically the entire time. The only reason I would give it to my minions is if we were really close to like a level breakthrough that was really important. Like 15 is a big level because that's when your minions unlock their ultimate abilities or their wrath abilities, whatever you want to call it. So that's a big level, and if they were 5 right now with this much experience, I'd probably give it to them. But they're 4. Our first full elite combat. What are we looking at? Elite conscript, elite miner, elite mad mage, elite demolition expert. Ooh, shit. Okay. I'm thinking. We can do this. We can try and roll the creepy doll. But elite inspired units are terrifying. I have nightmares of elite inspired units. I don't think I do. I don't think I roll it. Oh, it's so sketch. But there are so many insanities that would help me out with this situation. No pain, no gain. I hate that saying, by the way, because I cannot physically exercise besides swimming. Swimming is the only exercise I can really do. And some isometrics. So I've always hated that fucking expression. But no, we go in. We're full health. We're as healthy as we're going to be. I guess Heimdall's a little hurt here. Here, Heimdall. I'm doing this because I like you.
Skeleton will clean up this mess.
Full health. The best squad we can get. We have the Grim Reaper himself, the Angel of Death, the Wild God, and the Guardian of the Bifrost. It ain't gonna get better than this, friends. Oh, you have 5. There it is. Saw that coming. And the Glass Dagger is now inactive. Oh, I could have made a potion. I keep forgetting potions exist. Okay. Deep breath. What's the situation? Okay, it was a hunky, not a conscript. That makes this slightly more dangerous. Okay, so We have one new character here, and that is the Demolition Expert. The Demolition Expert is weak to physical attacks. He has 18 resistance, which doesn't bode well for our mark and weight strategy. But the danger of the Demolition Expert... In fact, we might be able to... Can we meme on him? I don't think so, right? I'm pretty sure we can't. So the Demolition Expert, the trick with him is that he's going to move every turn to the front. There's an enemy on the 3rd floor like this as well who is equally annoying. And if he reaches the front, he will enter an uninterruptible stance that will explode after 1 turn. And it will deal monumental damage to the 2 targets immediately to the left. So that means you can use this to your advantage by pulling him forward, causing the stance to happen, and then pushing him backwards 2 slots. So then it will just be the 2 enemies that are hit by the stance and not you. We can also use Azrael's ultimate ability to keep him in place, which might be the play. But while that's all happening, the Miner is dealing insane amounts of damage. Although we learned last time that he can only use the double attack from the 1st and 2nd position. And I'm pretty sure the only movement ability we have is Azrael's pull. So if we tried the cheese with the Demolition Expert, let me think. It would... So we could pull him forward, he'd do the thing. We could... I might actually be able to do it. By pulling him forward, we put him in the 1st position. He goes first, does the thing. The Miner in the 3rd position can only move forward. He displaces... That won't work, would it? He needs to be here. I was thinking the Miner would displace the Demolition Expert, and then I could pull the Hunky, but I can't do that, can I? Yeah, they're just going to displace each other. I might have to open up with the web then. Which will apply Venom. Resistance doesn't protect you from fire. Or from ignition, excuse me. I might just have to kill him. Preventing movement. Wait a minute. Alright. The risk has been acquired. I'm gonna try it. I really don't see a choice either, so... The Horned One's gonna have to heal next turn, so we'll give some block. We're gonna have to start with... Burn. Ow. Do your stance, good. You can take it, Horned One. I believe in you. Okay. Now we pull you. Yeah, we pull him 2 positions forward, and then the Horned One explodes. How much damage does this do? Ah! You don't have any movement, do you? No. I think the Horned One has just been sacrificed to the Dark Gods. There's no way for me to... Oddly enough, actually, haste would be better. Would haste have helped me? 10... No, he has too much. I wouldn't be able to keep up with the initiative to make Azrael go first. I think we're going to have our first loss here, team. So the Miner's going to explode. The only thing we can do is heal with the Horned One and hope that he can tank this damage. Which he probably can't. Good luck. Canonos. god of the wild hunts.
Toss them in.
Yep, saw that coming. Well. And down one. That's okay though. Oh, the horned one died for a good cause. We got the steel spikes back. Great. We got Mimir as well. And the mutant claw, level 4 brain. Oh, the sketch continues. Thank you, Candace.
Skeleton dreams to become this when they grow up.
The horned one. Good job. He gets level 5 brain. Unfortunately, we don't have the... whatchamacallit. The stack of bones, but we are coming across cultists in wow. The near future is up here. I'm sure we'll be fine. We have Mimir. After combat victory, all surviving minions additionally gain 50% experience in the current level. Very good item. It'll help push us over to level 6, which is when we will get the next talent point. As always, when sacrificing, we put a Dark Knight into the void, named Kirvets, to bless us with good luck. The appeasement of the dark gods, if you will. Let's go. Another Halo of Chaos. And triple ectoplasm. Is that a sign?
It embellishes my undead features.
Now, we always equip the Book of Ancient Wisdom the moment we get it, so that we can continue... or so we can level up and we can scale the efficiency of the library, which is based off of Iratus' current level. With one more victory, we can upgrade the obelisk to rank 3. We are going to go ahead and push the obelisk to 4, and then we'll push the library to 4, and then we'll ignore the graveyard. For the well-being of our minions. Heimdall has leveled up, and I'm going attack, but I'm scared. Leparka has also leveled up, and Leparka, I believe, has deserved. Who gets the halo, actually? Nah, it's Azrael. Azrael deserves the halo. It would help me if I knew what all the buffs were. There's the damage increase. I guess that would really help for the curse, wouldn't it? Damage increase, damage reduction. Minus 30% damage might just be worth it, though, for Azrael. Just the chance of rolling that. And then there's the 25 accuracy, 25 evasion. Alright, Azrael. You are actually an angel, so here's your halo. Make sure that your horns are in position to hold it up. Well, we got Trypto Ectoplasm, so let's toss some of that.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
We have a hunky double miner taskmaster. I keep calling them overseers. I'm pretty sure these are taskmasters, this 4th position, and this is the overseer. I think I've just gotten their names backwards. I am a little afraid. Just a tiny bit. I should also make a potion. We should make a healing potion. This is not a particularly good potion, but let's see what this looks like. 1 green makes it 20%. 20% of the vigor would have saved the horned one. Well, maybe. That was a lot of fucking damage. Alright. We'll do this.
With knowledge and will comes victory.
We'll have that in our back pocket so that we can avoid situations like that again. I've learned my lesson. Mostly. Also, now we need more initiative. So I need to keep that in mind when we level up next. Also, Solus pointed out, thank you Solus for confirming that I'm not crazy. Well, I'm a little crazy, but not that crazy. These miners, their throw attack has changed. And it's changed for the better mechanically. The throw attack used to pull people forward, but now it moves the miner forward and reduces enemy initiative. Pulling the miner forward is mechanically better, as scary as it is, because I wonder if both Halos always roll the same thing. An interesting thing to observe. Because the miners can only use their double attack in the first 2 positions. So if they aren't in the first two positions, what I am imagining players used to do is they used to push the miners back so they couldn't do their incredibly dangerous double attack. So now they reposition themselves and take a shitload of damage. That's unfortunate. Do I set everything on fire? Yes. Yes! I saw that plus 30% damage and the blood was... I saw blood. It was there. You saw it. Yeah, I'll make sure you die. Dying is good. For
This is my kind of entertainment.
Health acquired. Cut and trampled. Good job, miner. Yo, this Mark of Vengeance is doing work. Not even just a little work. It's doing all of the work. I love it. I can't believe it took me this long to find how effective it was. Are you dead to this? Yes. Okay. Just keep marking, just keep marking. You're dead. Surprise! When you don't know what to do with the Black Widow, it's always a good idea to Spider Strike, because lowering luck, even if the enemy, well, especially if the enemy has none, lowering luck into a negative value increases their chance of being crit.
In the world.
So if you don't need to cocoon, if you don't need to remove armor, if you don't need to remove Blanca Ward, if you don't need to pull people, it's always a safe bet to go ahead and Spider Strike someone. Also, this guy's about to get slapped in the dome. Safe. Told you.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
I feel like I like this game a little too much. Alright, where's the mummy? So I talked about the Banshee last time in my favorite build with her, so I might as well talk about the mummy in my favorite build with the mummy. So the mummy has a bit of a cheese build that I really enjoy. It is incredibly vulnerable to enemies that hit really hard or hit multiple times, because the mummy himself is not particularly durable, but survivability all comes from the mummy's unique item, which heals the mummy for 4 at the start of its turn for each curse on the battlefield, including curses from other creations. So if you triple mummy, all with their unique item, and you hex beam with each one of them, assuming they aren't blocked by wards, that is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 curses. Times 3, which is 12, and if you have a crow paw on any of them, that doubles the curse that they apply with their hex beam. So basically, you have triple mummy and then a Dark Knight, who's in his stance, that activates each time an enemy gets a debuff, and you just obliterate entire swaths of enemies. It's not the best against bosses, but it is very good at clearing floors, and usually very safe. Like I said, it's based on regeneration, so enemies that hit a lot, multiple times, or that just crit super hard, are a little dangerous to the mummy. The last boss is the big thing I'm thinking about. They just destroy mummies. But, yeah.
You know, the dead do surprisingly good construction work.
We have achieved Grey Matter. This increases the chance of receiving a brain at the end of battle by 50%. This is very good because you've seen that some of our creations are prone to exploding.
Through transformation, the will becomes
So this
free.
helps prevent that. Well, it helps manage the damage of that happening, because when they fall over, they have a higher chance of returning their brain, which allows you to create a new creation at the same level. Additionally, if you just stockpile brains, you can use the lower level brains in distillation and calcination so that you can heal your minions and recover your mana. It just gives you more resources to work with in a mode where we are desperately low on resources. That's why Grey Matter is such a great thing. I don't... Ooh. Hello? We have the Orb of Negation. The minion becomes immune to debuffs. The Skin of Alabaster reduces damage received from elite enemies by 25%, and the item we are taking is the Armored Plates. Reduces damage received by 15%. Hot damn. This is a good item, and I'm glad we found it. So the Orb of Negation is actually pretty useful because it makes you immune to stuns and ignition and all of that stuff. Very useful item. It's a little unfortunate that it doesn't give you more universal assistance, but against certain enemies, this is just awesome. This is also the skeleton's feature. So, if you don't like being stunned, perhaps investigate the skeleton. Master of mediocrity, feller of titans, Skeletor. May he rest in pieces. The Skin of Alabaster, I have never liked this item once. But I suppose on the higher you get Internal Harvest, the more likely that you're going to fight elites. So maybe Mutant Claw, which we do have, which is this, but it increases the damage to elites. Maybe Skin of Alabaster and Mutant Claw actually have a place in like Eternal Harvest 5. Don't know. But anyway, Armor Plates, minus 10% damage. Yes.
It is tribute.
Now, typically, the meta build would be to replace, to give it to the Horned One, and once we find their stack of bones again, which we're a few encounters away from, we'd replace the steel spikes and we'd be rocking stack of bones plus armored plates. That's the meta, and that's what I would like to do. That said, the Horned One, while putting in great work, there's someone who I think needs this more. And that's Azrael. Azrael is, of course, taking all of the hits most of the time for Laparca as well, so it is doubly as likely that she's going to get punched in the face. And the less damage she takes when she gets punched in the face, the better I think that everyone is going to be. Of course, the Horned One is quite vulnerable, but against a battle like this, double Miner, double Taskmaster, I think he'll be fine. We do need more initiative, however, so I need to not forget that. Yeah, they're all 19 initiative? Okay, video game, I see how it is. I see how it is. I don't like it, but I see how it is. Also, I'm not sure why that Taskmaster whipped the other Taskmaster. That's funny. I find that humorous. See, with the Abode of Wrath created, I'd have enough Wrath to use Hate Eternal. We are going, and is it damage? Yes! Time for the mark. Now, because the Horned One doesn't have the stack of bones yet, it is very dangerous for us to go much lower than this. So I am going to take this opportunity to heal myself, because good old Azrael will be entering her stance as well. There are no movement abilities, well, enemy moving us abilities, so she should be safe to hide in her cocoon. Yes.
Worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. I could mark the Horned One, or I could set them all on fire. Meh. I'm gonna have to heal again. I'd be far more comfortable being lower if I had the stack of bones, but I don't, so. This is the situation we're in. I made the correct decision. Correct decision made. Unfortunately, the Blood Phantasm cannot increase his initiative. So, that was the accuracy one. This is hurting a lot. Like, it was definitely correct to give this to Azrael. Oof. Go ahead and do this. Try and heal as best we can. Boop. It does sting a little bit that they go through. Like, if they might be using, I should actually check. I think they're using that whip, which hits a target and then the target behind it, to focus on Laparca, which would then cleave into Heimdall, which would be very bad for us, by the way. So I think it's being redirected from Laparca into Azrael and then cleaving into Laparca, who we're trying to protect. I think that's how that's going. But I can double check real quick. I think we're going to go ahead and try and steal out some healing here. I could have killed him this turn. Well, okay.
A sad display for mortal kind.
Ooh, the strange jar. It's so infrequent that I see that. It guarantees a brain drop on your next combat, and we are level 6. And it is time for Heimdall to obtain his greatest weapon. The Moaning Chains. This gives +1 attack, kind of irrelevant, but okay, cool. But most importantly, it increases the damage from the scaling damage from each buff or debuff on the target. It doesn't tell me the percentage, which I dislike, but it's a lot. Just trust me, it scales up a lot. It's probably 25% increase.
Now,
actually, I don't know.
Prove yourself worthy of my investment.
I'm sure some smart math person out there can figure it out. Just by looking at the numbers. La Parca. My good friend La Parca. I just got done talking about how I want more initiative. We'll have a fast horse boy. Azriel. You are doing much better here on the front line, and I would love to get you to 150 vigor just because that is a nice round number, but I just got done talking about how I want more initiative. Let's get you to 10. Round that out a little bit. Oh, correct. Debarca, I talked about what I wanted last time, and I think we are going to go for Desiccate. We haven't fought the really annoying enemy yet, but I can sense him. There's a disturbance in the force, as if a million voices just cried out. And we're doomsayed. So we're going to prevent that situation from happening by picking up Desiccate. This makes it so that our stance interrupt / buff removal ignores block and ward. Very helpful. There are two characters that I can think of off the top of my head that this is excellent against. The Doomsayer and the Oracle. Both of them... Is it the Oracle? Anyway, it's something on the second floor, and I don't like them, so I'm going to ruin their day by picking up Desiccate. And I mentioned before the other option, Expunge. While very nifty, Unshackles, without the Shackles of War, is a double-edged sword that could cause your enemies to become inspired instead of insane. But being able to insane something at 100%, especially things you normally don't insane, like Wardens, mwah, is a thing of beauty and amusement. For Azriel, there's so many good abilities for us, but I think I'm going to follow my greedy little heart. Greed is good until it's bad. And we're going to go with the Spiky Cocoon. This upgrades her Spider Cocoon and makes it so that whenever an enemy attacks them, they are also... Azriel will counterattack them for physical damage. It's not an impressive amount of damage, but more importantly, that counterattack does apply a stack of the Spider Venom, which causes the target to lose 4%, bosses 1%, of vigor and sanity. Can be stacked up to 5 times, and of course, that Spider Venom stack will count for Heimdall's debuff to do more damage with the slapping chains. It is worth noting that the Spider Venom, I'm pretty sure we tested this, and each stack of the Spider Venom doesn't count, so 1 Spider Venom is the same as 5 Spider Venom in regards to the scaling of Heimdall's ability. And of course, the Dark Knight.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
This is a little greedy. I hope none of you are surprised. A little greedy because the other option, Invigorating Cocoon, increases the healing scaling from 4% of her max vigor to 6%, and is probably the safer option. But, you know, I'm here to slay. Brah. I don't know what I want from this, but show me something good. Alrighty then, I'll take it. So we have the Ladle. This increases the chance to receive Flask by 25% after combat. We're currently sitting on 8. We had 9. We used one to make that health potion. This is probably really good if you use a lot of potions, but, this is a large but, we do not have an incredible amount of part generation on Eternal Harvest. It's going to take a long time for us to get that ball rolling. So with low part generation, it's not like I can use all of these flasks anyway. So we'll pass. The Shoddy Armor, all minions that are level 5 or lower gain 25 vigor. I ranted a little bit about this before in the last series, but with the new level scaling system that came out in the pre-patch to the expansion, or DLC, whatever you want to call it, these items that are level 5 or lower are a lot worse, just because the window to make use of them is a lot smaller. Like, we're already level 6. Already! That is insane in comparison to when these items were made originally. So, passing on that. The Archmage Pendant. Oh, this item is so good. Each round of combat, Iratus recovers 5 mana. And this just synergizes uber well with the defensive playstyle we've been taking, where combat is taking longer than usual.
Oh, for my future king.
Or longer than I'm used to, anyway. So we'll go ahead and pop the Archmage Pendant. We should be excellent on mana now for quite some time. Like, until we start popping fingers or other infectious lunacy. That's what I was thinking of. So we're going to do one last combat. We're going to pop Mimir. This will increase the experience gain for our minions.
Make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previous.
A little frisky, but I am going to use this level 3 brain because we do have a strange jar in the wing. Well, what? We'll heal up.
Behold my work.
And it's time to go conquer Elite Miner, Elite Miner, Mad Mage, Demolition Experts. We still don't have... To do that weird strategy I was talking about, we would need a second movement ability, and I'm pretty sure only the Horned One could get that. Right? That's how this works? Yes. So without having the initiative for Azrael to go before the Demolition Expert, which I don't know if that's possible on this difficulty. Well, it might be if we picked up Haste, but we didn't. We would need the Horned One's Onslaught upgrade, which I do really like. You miss out on 5 Vigor, which is very unfortunate for the scaling of the Bone Golem's safety. But this does provide the Horned One with a movement ability, which is a pretty big deal, I think. I think movement abilities are super strong. I don't know if they're underrated, but they are very useful. Like, 9 out of 10 useful. Now that was annoying. Okay. Oh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You have activated my trap card. We did it. I just need to think of how I pull this off. Okay. So, how do I move? I think we're going to delay with La Barca, because I think the Horned One can move 2 spaces out himself. It is unfortunate. Okay, hold on. Thinking, brain. So, what's going to happen here? We're going to pull the Demolition Expert into the first position. Ooh, hold on. Why are you going so late? Oh, you rolled terrible initiative. It should still be fine, right? So my thought process here is we're going to pull the Demolition Expert into the first position. He's then going to enter his stance. This might not be possible due to the initiative. Because the Miner in the third position is going to want to move forward. So he'll move, which would swap places. If he's in the first position, he'll move, swap places with this one, then this one will move and swap places with that one. And then if I pull them again, as long as his initiative is afterwards, that should still work. Ugh, I've been recording too long for my brain to do this, so let's just go. Trust the gut. The gut has been trusted. Now, we see how much we regret that. Is this 2? It is. Perfect. Perfecto. I don't have to use a spell for this. I think this initiative lines up perfectly. I think. I kind of want to potion Azrael, but it might be too soon to do it. But if both of them attack her... No, it should be fine. He'll move, and then he'll double attack. I'm sorry, I don't want to lose Azrael. She has a very important part that I don't think I can afford to lose. Okay, good. Wait, why can you do that from there? Oh, he didn't activate his stance. Sure. Okay, so we pull him, he does it again. Now he does it. He does a double attack. He moves. I might have messed this up. Let's see. So he goes first. He'll double attack. Then he'll move forward, reposition them, and then he'll go off. Oh, wait, no, I have the timing down. Okay, all I need is Azrael to survive. Lepotica might be falling over here in a minute. Okay, I think I have the positioning. Holy crap, this is hurting my brain. I wish you could heal. I have no buffs to remove, really.
It will take more than death to stop my legions.
Yeah, saw that coming. Okay, so now I pull this one forward. Oh, shit. Oh, super shit.
I didn't think it would be this easy.
Oh.
You only delayed the inevitable.
Wow. Why could the elite miner attack from that position? Hold on. Ah, you can only attack the first two positions, but you can use that from the third. I thought for sure he was going to pull himself forward. It would have worked. No. And that's why demolition experts are dangerous. In the past, I've always just killed them. I've never tried to make this weird abuse work. Because, as you can see, if it goes wrong, it goes very wrong. Well, hey, it's Eternal Harvest 5. Let's see, what did we get back? Did we get back everything? Yep. Both of our halos, the armored plates, and the steel spikes. We have 3 brains. So... Oh no, we have all the brains. Good. 6, 6, 5, 4. So someone's going to have to be gimped, but that's fine. It's... Do I still have my Mimir, though? No. The Mimir is gone. That's unfortunate. But hey, I think we've... I can't go further with that. I just wanted to look at the map. I think we've learned a lesson. And that lesson... Oh, I did lose my blue weapon, though. Oh, no, it's right there. Nice! I got it all back.
This is what a necromancer's war machine looks like.
That lesson... is don't be so cute. Just get out of my house. Just kill him. I think that's the play. Why can't I see this one? Interesting. So next time, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to kill them. I'm not going to be so cute. Eternal Harvest has claimed some victims, but I'm going to need names. I asked at the beginning for names, and now the list needs them. Of course, the Horned One is just going to be continuously getting this. But, to keep track of how many times they kill him. But for the rest of them, let me know if you have a name for a Black Widow Reaper and or Blood Phantasm. And we'll see them next time. Return to hopefully take vengeance on the living fools. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and that you look forward to the continuation of our strut through the hardest difficulty in the game, which has just begun to bear its fangs. See you next time. Bye-bye.